Thank you all for following and hello chat. But yes, what we're going to be doing is people have sent me this video right here, which is, Stephen Marcus, who basically used to work with a lot of first-time chatters. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So yeah, this video I've been getting sent nonstop. So Stephen Marcus, who used to work with Noodles, has went on this channel called The Clout Root Presents, and not that many people have seen it, which is interesting because I feel that like everyone normally talks about things that are happening with Deaf Noodles. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to this. I was gonna film this as a YouTube video, but then I was like, this seems like long enough that like it would kind of be a bit excessive if I was to kind of sit down and just do this entire thing as a YouTube video and, letting it play and talk. I think it would be much more natural as doing it as kind of like a Twitch conversation and then cutting it down to a YouTube video so we can talk about it at the same time. So, Aaron, it's showing up different for me. Don't worry. Thank you to everyone following, by the way. I really appreciate it. And thank you for cheersing. So, yes, we're going to go through this. How are we all doing? Are we all excited to hear what the fuck is going on? Should we just get into it? Let's do it. So we have Deaf Noodles Debrief, Community Fun, and Stephen Marcus Relaford call in. So it's about 51 minutes into it that he comes on and starts speaking. And again, I've been seeing some conversation around this. I've been seeing some discourse around this. I just don't necessarily know. I just got to this part and I decided to hop on stream and do this. So, yeah. I mean, we have, how lame do you have to be to start an apology tour right after this and not apologize directly to the people? Okay, so we have Steven is fine AF. Will you get Corey on here? Someone said. Okay, so let's just get into it. Let's hear what they have to say. Let me know if the audio is everything. Okay, wait. Is this audio good?
Recently did like a secret show, did you not?
Yeah, we had a.
Is this audio good?
Yeah.
Let me know if the audio is good, and then we'll continue. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So let's get into it. I'm gonna watch this for fair use commentary purposes. 100% shout out. I'm gonna subscribe to them. Shout out to the Clout Root Presents. I will link this video down below whenever I upload this on YouTube, and for everyone on Twitch, this is the video. Go over and support them. But I have obviously I can only assume some opinions about this, so we're gonna get to that. Thank you for everyone gifting subs. Okay, let's go.
Had over 90 people there, and they were all standing, which is a gift in itself.
It was like an art place or something, was it not?
3 hours,
Is that art gallery or something you guys had it at?
Yeah, we had it. It was a cool venue. It was an art gallery / barber shop. So one side of the shop was a barber, and then the other side of the shop was an art gallery. And it was swanky. It was really cool. South Santa Monica. We brought so many people out.
Is this about their studio? Like, is this about their studio that they had? Because I'm pretty sure their studio was nearby where I always stay whenever I go to LA. I always stay at the Hollywood Roosevelt. I mean, I can say that because I don't think I would ever go back to that hotel, but I'm pretty sure my mom told me that the Deaf Noodles studio was like right around the corner from that, which is really annoying because if Dennis was still doing this while I was in LA, I would have gone to one of the shows. Are you kidding me? My mother has wanted to go to one of the Deaf Noodles roast specials so bad. So bad. So maybe that's what they're talking about here. We'll get more context in a second.
It looked packed.
We had a lot of old friends to come out.
And it looked fun too, dude. It looked like you guys were having a good time. I thought, wow.
Oh, it was solid.
That's the way to do it. I like that
fun.
shit.
It was, the shows that we do as a group are the easiest shows and the most fun, that I have on stage. It just sucks because it's like, I can't organize 5 shows for me to do a week. I can do one, but I can't book 5 shows for me to do, and they're all going to be sold out, a week. But
okay, there's no way this is about Deaf Noodles because there was nothing sold out about them shows.
Right. Okay.
And that was probably, even before then, we had creative differences. But I want to say, like, that was probably the major shift in, like, our direction because as the place is being built out, I'm seeing all the the beauty and the potential of what this could be, because I just had these X amount of years dealing with, setting up shows and having
Right.
successful shit come together, and then,
You saw
you know,
something that sounded amazing to you, figuring like you could do it the way.
Well, I mean, as well, the fact that Dennis had such a big built-in audience, I feel like everything was like kind of destined to be successful with this, comedy show, right? Because whenever you have like that big of a built-in audience, like he has, well, I mean, he even had more at this stage. It's like it's crazy to imagine that the amount that kind of Steven would feel that this could be the potential of, because there's such a big audience, and I can't even imagine that, and then realizing that, oh my god, this is a disaster and this person has no idea what they're doing.
Way that you think it should be done, right?
right, right. And at this point, I'm kind of like quasi second in command.
And
You
that's
know,
that's what it always looked like from the outside looking in too. I know that we've kind of like we jumped right into it, but yeah, I always kind of thought that you guys were like partners about it, and
That's what I always
especially
thought.
when you started being on his show a lot more, and Corey came on the show with you guys too, and you guys had your little all your back and forth there. Like you guys were funny, and I thought that yeah, you guys were collaborative like that. You seemed friendly, and you seemed like you were partners in like a business kind of thing.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I don't know what it seemed like to you, chat. Like, what kind of vibe did you get from? Remember what was happening with the Deaf Noodles, where it was kind of this like group of friends, I guess, or like colleagues. Remember when they would sit down after one of their shows and they would all be, smoking and lighting up and just like roasting, and they'd all be out of it, and Dennis would be, slurring his words. And remember when we would talk about that to me, it always just felt like it always just felt like a last minute thrown together thing, and it seemed like there was no control in any of it. And but I never understood the like what the relationship was between Dennis and, let's call them his friends that were there. It always just felt off, and it always just felt like Dennis was, okay, people are agreeing with me. It always just felt like Dennis was using these men as a way to kind of pretend that he had friends or something like that within the industry, because they were like respectfully in the industry in their own right and in their own respect. And I feel that Dennis kind of used them to be there with him so that it seemed like he had that respect of being a part of, the community. That's kind of always what it came across to me. I guess we're starting to hear what it actually was now. But I mean, there's people that are agreeing with me in the chat. Like, look, guys, I really do have friends, but he wasn't really friends with any of them. Well, as well, it's just kind of like, it all is very weird.
I mean, think about it. If you are gonna work with someone in a creative capacity, especially something that you're passionate about,
Yeah,
you would
friends.
only hope that not only are you guys are executing dope content, you guys are actually friends and get along as well. So
Right.
yeah, like we grew into a friendship way before
Okay.
we started doing shows. I was like really riding with Dennis and trying to figure this shit out. So we were beyond like just cordial. It was beyond just like, oh, we're just making content. No, we were legitimately cool. We were really doing shit that was.
I mean, if we're not hearing from Steven that it started to, become into a friendship, past being work colleagues, and then that was kind of dropped, because as we're hearing now, Steven is literally saying that he's back at square one and he feels that he is nothing. He feels that Dennis kind of used him and he is nothing now. Then that's so shitty. You know what I mean? That's so shitty to be put in that position.
That friends would do. And this is over the course of the year of us, making shit. But like I said, there was different times, like hiccups.
They were doing it for a year? Are you telling me that the comedy special era was going on for a fucking year? When did it start? I don't even know when it ended. It just kind of like, right? It was just like one day. Okay, here we go. I fired everyone that works with me.
I'm a creator and I'm looking for local ages 21 to 37 in West Hollywood area. Someone who would love to be my cameraman, woman, for creating compelling content on YouTube. Dennis is hiring people?
You hiring people? What's going on?
We gotta put this dude in the crib or some shit. Lock away all his technology, his phone, iPad.
Am I hiring people?
What exactly is the point in
Post up
these?
right now.
Great. I'm not hiring people. I'm firing people.
I don't think it was Dennis. I don't trust Craigslist. Cause like, who the fuck is Craig anyway?
It's right here on Craigslist.
On Craigslist.
Okay. I mean, I finally quit the comedy club. Man, this studio looks so tight. Like, claustrophobic. Which I completely get because of, like, rent prices in LA and stuff like that. But, like, isn't it easier to just film out of your bedroom?
Oh, wow. You've been, how long you been watching me? For a minute? Okay.
When was this? The 12th of October.
Alright, well, this is awkward.
What are the perks of his channel?
Dan and I have kissed. I'll just put that out
Jesus, girl. Okay, wait. What are the perks of his channel? This is like... Having, like, YouTube memberships has always been so weird to me. Like, realistically, I should be doing them because, like, as a smaller channel, that's, like, how, you know, like, I would be able to, like, keep my lights on and stuff like that. But I feel that for me is kind of, like... Because you really don't make that much money from YouTube, realistically. And people have, like, different ways of being able to maintain it as their job. And for me, basically, that's kind of, like, my Adam and Eve. I feel like that, though, is, like, I would much rather continue doing my Adam and Eve deal than being, like, £13 a month? £13 a month is crazy. It's crazy. Because, so people are bringing up that this is on Twitch right now, and Twitch has, like, a subscription thing and all like that. I've watched Twitch streamers, and, like, people in my family have, like, been on Twitch before, and I understand the concept of, like, subscribing on Twitch where it's, like, you know, such a one-on-one, you know, sorry, the camera's over here, one-on-one where, you know, it streams every day, you're connecting with the audience and stuff like that, but all I'm saying is, like, I've never got it with YouTube. You know, like, YouTube is, like, so you can have, like, a little, like, tag alongside your name when you comment on pre-recorded videos. So that to me has always been the difference with Twitch, where I'm like, oh, on Twitch you're in real time talking with people in real time perks, but with YouTube it's just kind of like, I don't know, let's figure out what it is. Noodle heads, custom emojis, loyalty badges. This is not even any shade to him. I'm just, like, genuinely curious. Includes perks, priority replies to comments, photo and status updates, member only polls. That's crazy. I mean, again, I'm literally not dissing at all because we have to find ways for this to be able to be our job, for us to be able to continue it, or else, you know, we go and get regular jobs. So I'm not disrespecting the hustle at all. I completely get it. And if there's people that want to pay it, you know, it's crazy. Or it's not crazy, sorry, but it's crazy to me that, like, some of your perks are, like, priority replies to comments. Like, that seems so bizarre to me that you would charge people £6 to, like, be a part of the priority group that get reply to comments. It just is very strange to me. And that's why I would much rather try my best to get sponsorships and try my best to whatever, you know, or if I was to do a subscription thing like this, give a little bit more than priority replying to comments. Okay, and then for £13 a month, so, like, the equivalent of, like, paying a Netflix subscription, priority reply to comments from Noodlers, photos and replies, access to monthly only live streams. Okay, so this is my thing about YouTube as well, where it's, like, monthly live streams. Some YouTubers, I'm not saying Dennis, but some YouTubers will do, like, one live stream a month for their members, and it's, like, £13 a month, where I'm like, but on, and then access to your Discord, but I mean, we have a Discord on here, but, like, I don't know why I have to charge my audience $13 a month to be a part of it, you know what I mean? I don't, and I'm not saying this to appear better. I'm not doing this because people are like, you're being humble. No. This has nothing to do with this. I just don't understand how any of these YouTubers are, like, where you have to pay to be a part of like a Discord. Like Discord is number one, so easy to set up. Well, I don't know how to do it, but like my friend was amazing and set it up for me, and I paid her to set it up because it takes a lot of work. And it's like, it's such a simple concept. Why would you have to pay to be a part of it? Again, I'm not even saying this to disrespect Dennis, because a lot of people do this, but these perks are like things that your audience should automatically get for supporting you. It just feels weird. It feels weird. Again, I don't mean any disrespect to specifically Dennis here, because we've all got to keep our lights on. We've all got to find a way to hustle to make this feel like we can keep this our job. I get it. But all I'm saying is, this is really weird. This is really weird. But then again, I feel like this is like normal. I feel like this is normal. But it just kind of, as someone who's so chronically online, someone who wants so desperately to feel a part of a community, someone who is the biggest supporter of so many different YouTube channels and wants to be a part of them, I would be absolutely heartbroken if I felt that I couldn't be a part of said community unless I literally gave $13 a month. Again, I'm not saying this to just come for Dennis, because this is a very popular thing, and I get it. I understand why. I'm being transparent with you. If I didn't have my Adam and Eve as well, I wouldn't be able to, my Adam and Eve is like really my only sponsor, and they've been so good to me, and that's, a way that I can maintain this as my job. But all I'm saying is I would much rather do that and work with a company that's actually great and people use the products. This is not sponsored, by the way. Then I don't know. I'm not going to get too into it because I don't want to, but it just kind of, it feels weird to me. Anyway, didn't mean to go on that rant, but I was just trying to figure out, because it was the Burning Man trip that was this I promised you, isn't even coming just for Dennis. It's a very broad thing. So anyway, back to this.
You have that it was a clear difference of how we wanted to navigate, as far as content and the audience. And there was just different times where we had, we ran into these little hiccups to where we were just on opposite sides of what would be best, and it being his show, obviously he took the reins and was just like, all right, we're going to do it like this. And it was like, all right, well, I don't know if that's going to work. And I'm with you, but I don't think it's going to work. So I want to just say,
with your sponsorships, people get a choice to buy and have a discount on a product without missing out on content, whereas memberships create FOMO and gain money that way. My thing is, oh my god, I love streaming so much. My thing is that it just, to set up an OF or Patreon or something like that where you're doing external content and charging people for it, I see no problem in that. I think that is 100% fine, and I'm not going to diss the hustle whatsoever. I think that is 100% normal. But whenever you're literally, some of your perks are being more interacted with or whatever like that, it's like you have to pay money to get my attention, and that's so lame. That's so lame. I don't see any problem with having a Patreon. I don't see any problem with that. I actually very much so think it's a great thing. I think some of the greatest freedoms as a creator can be when you have, a Patreon or something like that. All I'm saying is, whenever you're purposely making it a point that if you pay me more money, literally pay me a subscription, that I will give you more attention than the other person. So this is not a ripping on any of those, subgenre social medias like Patreon and stuff like that. But all I'm saying is, oh my god, I see a little Tyler. Look at the little Tyler emote. I'm glad that added, because it took so long to try to figure it out. I don't know. I just think as well, I don't know.
Say, as we were finalizing the space and the drama is pretty much on 10, that's when you started seeing me more, because I was on the show once a week at one point, and then I started coming 3 to 5 times a week, and I'm not getting paid.
What?
That's one of the...
What? He was not getting... Allegedly, he just said that. He was not getting paid? Wow. That is absolutely crazy. Wait, so what was like the interview process? There's no way Dennis said like unpaid internship. I know that one well. Hi, Colleen. But like, there's no way he said that. Like unpaid internship or whatever like that. Steven, can you put your contract online? I'm just joking. That was just a joke. But if you want to leak your contract online so we can figure out what it was. I'm kidding. But anyway, that's crazy.
Questions that everybody wanted to get at. And I think that's an important thing for you to kind of clear up here. At least that's what people want.
Yeah.
How was
I
I not getting paid?
So I was getting paid for 1 day of podcasting, but I was not getting paid for organizing or essentially producing, coordinating, and consulting either the open mics and the...
Hold on. So he was getting paid for 1 day. He said that he was working 5 days, which is already an issue within itself. But whenever I think of the shows, you know, those little comedy shows, whenever I think of them, are they on here at all? Members only videos. Oh, members only videos. Deaf Noodles Studio Tour. Members only stream. Burning Man 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, his exclusive videos are as little as 30 seconds. What? Bitch, I could be making so much more money than what I'm making. Mama! £13 a month for like 30-second videos? Bitch, you know what? I changed my mind. Adam McIntyre members only launching tomorrow, and you're literally just getting my TikToks uploaded. That is crazy. I mean, we have ones here that are like... we have 2 that are 29 minutes, but then we have ones that are literally 1 minute, 46 seconds, 47. Oh, that's kind of slay. Good for him. And good for the people that buy it. Where's his shows? Jesus Christ, there's so many playlists. Where's his shows? You know what I mean? Did he delete them all? Or was it on the other channel? Was it this one?
I developed the cycles.
Oh my god, remember he did a podcast? Wait, where was the comedy show? Has he deleted them all? No. No way.
This is...
Where are they all? Why does he have so many channels? Where are they all? Daft Bites. St. Pablo. Wait. Wait. 5 channels. Wait, where is the... My Music. Oh, I have watched this one. They're like fully played, by the way. That is crazy. Anyway, can't believe that if someone can find his like any of his shows re-uploaded, can you like send it in the Discord chat, please? Anyways. But what I was going to say was whenever you watch these comedy shows, they are very, very quickly you will realize that they are operated by everyone that isn't Dennis. And I'm not saying that that is true, but the way they come across feels like authentically Steven or authentically Corey or what was the other one called? There was like a bunch of other people. Steven, Corey, or was that it? I literally cannot visualize what they all look like. Redeemed highlight. Hee hee. Huh. It appears no one knows what any of them were called. Okay, anyway. But all I'm saying is, all those people, it very much so appeared like they were the ones running shit. And I think that they were.
Comedy shows. Now, keep
you
in
weren't
mind,
on salary or anything. He didn't
I
have
wasn't,
you. You
but I was promised. I was promised that I would be.
Oh.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is, to do my job correctly here, I'm going to say that this could all be back and forth. You know what I mean? Dennis could say that this wasn't true. So I'm just being a little bit respectful of the fact that Dennis is not here in this conversation defending himself right now. So that also needs to be taken into consideration.
Okay.
I wasn't, but I was told that I would be. I mean, from the beginning, I just felt like I had my dad's voice echoing in my head because it's like, you got to get your contracts, you got to get your agreement. So yeah, we made agreements. And when I first came onto the show, the agreement was that I was going to get paid an X amount of.
We want to know the amount of money. We want to know the amount of money. Me and the Muckers demand to know.
And then my pay would increase as we get like 2 months into the podcast, and we had over X amount of views and like over 20,000 subscribers, and we had like a few like little micro deals. So all that shit was supposed to.
Does micro deals mean like sponsorships?
To a pay increase. So at the 3-month mark, when I asked about it, essentially it fell on deaf ears. Literally, no pun intended. And then I want to say, like, you know, our other co-host started to leave, which was sad. I didn't want to see Gabe and
Gabe?
Oh,
who's Gabe?
What? Wow, that trips me out now that you bring them up. The two that would
Someone said,
Trisha Paytas, Stitch.
Thank you so much for subscribing, by the way. Microdeals is probably another word for sponsorships. I would kind of assume that is true. I feel like that's the only thing that really makes sense here.
Dick and like,
yeah,
they would do characters and stuff. What were their
Thank you,
names?
Junkie.
Yeah, so Gabe and damn, her name is slipping my mind right now.
Who's
Hey, fair enough. We both smoke here. I know how that is. It comes and goes.
No, I know somebody's gonna say it in the chat probably, but
yeah, I'm sure somebody.
Yeah,
will.
so it was, and even that, like, I seen the way that transition happened, and it wasn't in a cordial or nice or friendly or even in a professional business sense. You know, if
Mama, nothing about that seemed professional.
As the context,
because that was a lot of what he said. It was all about like the cogs of the business. He's looking out for the business. So I do think that that's important to note too. That's always at the forefront of his mind. It seems like.
Well, I think it's a great excuse to use to say like, yeah, we can do something that's.
One thing that I really don't mean to be disrespectful to any. I'm actually going to make this broad because a lot of my points aren't even directed towards Dennis. A lot of them are just directed towards content creators. There's something so cringy to me about people being so like anal about like being a content creator, like the business, the inner workings of content creation, the inner workings of being a social media star. It's like, mama, it's never that deep. It's never that deep, and it never has been. And even whenever I'm like, very rarely, but if I'm ever on a call that has anything to do with like a sponsorship or anything to do with, you know, a deal or anything like that, and I hear about like the inner workings of the media or the inner workings of being a content creator, I'm like, mama, like that is so, I'm like, it's almost like you're trying to make it so much more than what it actually is. You know what I mean? Anyone can upload on TikTok. Anyone can upload on thing. And sure, you can look at it, you know, like a business. We all pay tax if we do this. You know what I mean? That is a business. But it just is like, it doesn't need to be that deep. It doesn't need to be that deep.
Potentially
sketchy,
wrong or immoral or disrespectful under the guise of business, you know, because it's just like, that's what it is. It's just, you can do grimy things in order to keep the business going, which is really shady and shitty.
What does that mean? Is he accusing Dennis of doing like shady things to keep the business going? I mean, mama, whatever shady things he was doing, it didn't keep the business going very long.
Anything to say, because it's like you're saying that around the people who are actually keeping your business afloat and attractive.
I kind of wanted to, like, that was one of the things I was trying to explain to him too when we were interviewing.
Leah,
I was like,
yeah, Leah, I'm so sorry.
All right, that's fine.
Leah,
Don't worry.
Leah, and they were great. Gabe and Leah, they were great.
Gabe and Leah.
It was one of the things that I was trying to.
Who was
Trying
Leah?
to hammer home with him is like, look, dude, you got to kind of. You can keep saying this whole business first thing, but there are actual people involved here. Like, and you said you guys were, friendly enough, like there are actual people involved here. So when you start talking about it's business, and then you're a guy that's partners with him, and you see how he treats, I don't know exactly what he did with Gabe and Leah there, but them.
Who's Gabe and Leah? Can someone find a picture of anyone who's in the Discord? And if you're not in it, you can click the pinned and go in and join. Can anyone get a picture of Dennis and like the crew, like Dennis and Leah, Dennis and and post it in general, so I can see it, because I don't want to start searching now. But if someone was like easily able to find that, I just kind of want to like visualize who these people are. I would appreciate it. And then let me know if you do. Thanks.
And then going forward, I mean, more things obviously unfold there. It's just like, it's not a good look to just keep saying business when these are real people.
Yeah,
but what business?
And especially in this field, this artistry is it's like you're already between a rock and a hard place to try to make this work. So it's like if you have any little glimmer of constructive success and you're moving forward, like that's something that should be cherished, and everybody involved in that should be valued to a certain degree, to a certain extent, because everybody's helping everybody at this point. So to clear it up, Gabe,
I'm just so confused as to what... Okay, nobody's sitting in the picture. I'm so confused as to what they mean whenever it comes to, like, everyone's helping everyone, like, everyone's in it for... You know what I mean? Like, you're all doing a live stream. Thank you, Emily. I don't understand what the, like, everyone's out to get everyone, and everyone's helping everyone. Y'all are doing basically the equivalent, literally, of what I'm doing right now. Do I look at this as a business? Bitch, if I did, it's a failing business. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what necessarily they're talking about here. What do you mean? What do you mean that everyone's helping everyone out? What do you mean? You're doing a live stream. Like, you're doing a live show. Let me tell you something. It's very easy to set up a live show. So this is where Adam, I have to go and tend to adult responsibilities. I'll see you. If you're around later, I'm going to be playing The Sims on here. I just don't get it, because I don't know if people realize that if you have money or if you have connections, it's very easy to do a live show. It's very easy to do a live show. You have no idea. For example, back home in Ireland, in Derry, it would be very easy for me to do a show there's like a place called the Millennium Forum, which is our theater. It would be very easy for me to do a mucker show there. No one has to show up, as long as I pay enough, or I know a lot of people that work there and they would, give me a discount. You'd be able to do a show. And then that doesn't make me like a live performer. And especially in like LA and stuff like that, where like venues can be even cheaper and everyone knows everyone. It just is. I don't understand what they're talking about here whenever they're like about the business, because from an outsider's point of view, everything they did was very surface level. I don't know if that's the truth, but that's kind of what it comes across as. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know.
The first one to leave, and he didn't leave under any bad circumstances.
Thank you, Emily. That's so sweet.
Paid. anything
Thank
to
you.
supplement like any living wage or anything. So Gabe was actually he was probably smart because he just had a better job offer and some writing gig that he got. But Leah was pretty much let go without any real reason or excuse. She was basically just told like not to come in anymore.
Shit.
And
she was funny too. I love that whole.
She was funny. She was,
Who the fuck was Leah? Who was Leah? Who was Leah? I actually have no idea. Can someone like tweet me or something? I need to see a picture of who this person is. I tried finding the deaf Noodles in his career, and this was all I got. That's valid. That's valid. Well, y'all, here we go. Leah and Corey. Fair enough. Fair enough. I would love to visualize who they are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, wait. Was Leah the Yo Mom's Pussy girl? Was that one? Oh, not Miranda. Damn. I liked Miranda. Your mom's pussy. They're like fucking. She would say a joke and then she'd be like, oh my god. Your mom's pussy. Literally. This is all I could find. Who are these people? There was an actual Instagram? Steven. Earl. I have no idea who any of these people are. I mean, thank you, Millie, but I have no idea who any of those people are. Oh my god. Miranda's fucking breathing. Mama, all love to my asthmatics out there. I'm kind of sympathizing with you because I also can relate with, like, heavy breathing occasionally. But, like, oh my god. Your mom's busy. Like, the fact that, like, someone else would be making a fucking joke on stage and you would still hear motherfucking... I'd be like, cut the mic! Cut the mic! It's so easy! Press a fucking button! Cut it! Cut the lights! Everyone, aight! I need to see some Miranda footage. You mom's pussy. Fuck me. Why is there no clips? Was this a fever dream? Did this comedy show even happen? I'm starting to disbelieve it. There's no trace of it online. I'm starting to disbelieve it. Oh my god, I find Leah. I have no idea who this is. Millie, thank you, but I have no idea. Was I like, I'm pretty sure I was like, well, Millie, also charge your phone. I was also like, well versed, I would say, in the like dentist community. I would say I was a little noodle, but like, who is this person? Leah. Bitch, I know Miranda. That's it. Anyone else not know who this is? I think I found Leah. Who is this? When was she ever there? Who the fuck is that? I have no idea who that is. I struggle to believe that she was there. Babe, not these what's happening trends. Wait, oh my god, congrats right under it. Mama. Twitter is so scary. I hope this isn't as, like... What's the word? Isn't as... Like what it says it is. You know what I mean? Anyways. It's Selena Gomez trending for a second day. Anyways, back to this. That's crazy. I've never seen her before.
Supposed to be running some shows with us there, but he didn't like her. He didn't really like what she was bringing to the table. I thought she was funny. I thought her tarot card shit was cool. He didn't like it. He thought it was weird. He thought it was strange that she would read tarot, and he wasn't really feeling it.
Because
that was weird
because the cat ears in the Minecraft house is so normal. You gotta be judgmental of somebody doing something different.
Yeah, it was just like, you don't see how adding different elements and different textures to the show allows for, the conversation to take a different place. And because me personally,
They were only in the first few episodes, and then they were let go.
Apprehensive.
Yikes!
From the beginning of even being on the show because of the nature of the content of the show. Now, I love everybody.
Are we talking drama?
So far. This has been great, but me spiritually, I don't have the inclination to be on a drama, gossip type of network or space, and that just so happened.
Mother, I don't know if that's true. Because you were working for a drama channel, working on a live show that was fueled directly by drama. I'll see you, legends. Thank you for being here. I hate whenever people are like profit so much off of drama and then they like don't anymore, and then they're like, I would never have done that anyway. We can tell the truth. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to lie. Find the your mom girl. Oh, this is triggering. Your mom's pussy. I'm forgetting. What does this mean?
The hell?
What does this mean?
To be how it unfolded. So once, like, if you see from the first episode, even though I think we talked about Keemstar or whatever, I didn't know anything about him at the time, but
I love
I was
that
happy
too. I
to talk
loved him
about
explaining Keemstar to you. It was always funny.
right.
But sorry,
but you
sorry to
can see
interrupt.
that we have. Say it again.
I said sorry to interrupt. I made it worse.
Oh no, you good. That's you good. That's why we're here.
Yeah,
Please
right.
interrupt and let's take this wherever we need to take it. But you see from the first episode, like, we're getting like in depth about either politics or race or like whatever else is going on socially. So I appreciated that aspect of it. So it's like, even though we're going to talk about some garbage, some bullshit, we get to break down, on a bigger level.
I mean, okay, all these podcast titles are about drama. Nikita Dragon, Jake Paul, Tree Jordy's Apology, Jake Paul, David Dobrik, Jimmy Lee, Balenciaga, Kanye West. Here they are! I thought we lost them forever. Oh, I was on it. It's like muted. 5 months ago, a comment from Adam McIntyre. So bad. I'm sure these comments are lovely towards me. Should we read them? Why are you spending so much of your time harassing Deaf Noodles? I used to be a fan and even commented support when you said you were having mental health issues. But it's so hard to see you being such a hateful person. Very true. Not the dislike as well.
No, you kind of sold your soul, but you can get it back. Oh my God. You spent money to be here. That's worse. That's dumb.
You know this audience, like, it stinks in there. They're all fanning themselves. There's like no windows. They're all like day drunk. It reeks in there. You just know it, right?
That's weird. What you got? You got a security guard with you. You he talking like he want to fight. That's weird.
When do they fight? Oh my God, Miranda. Wait, I want to see Miranda and Dennis, and then we'll go back to it. That was so good. Where? Was it not this one? Where? Sorry, I'm like really close to the camera right now. Hi. Is it this one?
I know. Damn.
So we're gonna make this supposed.
Oh my god.
Some people are incredibly fragile. In Death Noodles apology video, I was literally yelling.
This era was so good. This era was so good. Oh my god. We're here. Sorry, we will get back to what we're actually here to do, but this is just like, now that I know that this is here, I can't not watch this. Oh, she's so...
It's you and me. It's you and me. I'm like the meanest guy on the internet right now. People hate me. We're roasting.
What? Key and Peele just taking over this? Okay, I already fucking... You wearing that dare shirt because you're like, I dare you to run away from me.
Carrot Top called. He wants his look back.
Unironically, would spend a lot of money to go to this show.
What? Cat got your tongue?
No, you
Pussy
just...
got your tongue?
Nah. You look like you woke up in a dumpster.
Probably.
Rough.
What else supposed to be a diss?
Rough.
I'm waiting for something.
If you don't
Tony
shut the
Lopez.
fuck... Oh my god.
Give us a joke, mamas.
Like this kid. It reminds me, you ever see that movie Ed with the horse with the big teeth?
I don't have that big a teeth. I mean, you're just like fishing for something now. You look like
You're just fishing for something now.
emo Shaggy.
Emo Shaggy.
The crowd loved that one.
That shirt's too small for you, low key.
It's like she ran a marathon.
I don't understand how you got holes on your knees, on your pants, because you don't go down, right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah?
I do. You can go down on bitches. What? Do you not know that? Again, that's
Apparently
Noodles, because he's never heard a girl with a wet pussy. Okay. Say that one again.
You're like my cousin.
Ah! Here it is! Here it is! Here it is!
You're like my cousin if you were a girl.
Thank you. I bet you cried when you got those tattoos.
I did. Are you from Detroit?
Ah! There it is! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Thank you. I bet you cried when you got those tattoos.
I did. Are you from Detroit?
Take a guess.
No.
Star Child, I'll see you. Thank you for being here. This is good.
I'm bobbing so bad, and I don't give a fuck.
Neither do I, bro. Come on, we in it together, doggy.
We in it together, doggy. Fuck me.
Huh?
Hey, you got
Don't
dimples
spray.
too. That's what's up.
Oh, bitch, I can't even watch any more of this.
All
right, back to Steven.
On like why people are doing this and what this really means and how this affects us as a group. So I always appreciated that, and I feel like I brought a different element to the podcast.
Someone said, "Thank God."
Regardless if it was going to be a drama or gossip, podcast. We just still had our own little thing to where it felt constructive. So
Felt
I
constructive.
thought that since the beginning too. Like I said, I watched you guys. I watched him kind of transform it into where it was you guys all on the show with him. And I mean, yeah, you said starting with Gabe and Leah and then going forward. I thought that you guys did cool things. I thought that you had a cool kind of set up there and how it worked between all of you. And for a while I thought that was all pretty positive, but it seems like, slowly but surely, obviously, all those things kind of, the cracks start showing, yada, yada.
Yada 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 yada. I'm singing "Heated" by Beyonce.
Yeah, man.
Like stolen
like
Chanel.
like I said,
In
like,
jail.
So some of the hiccups were, Leah and our creative differences on like how to navigate, like what type of content. And at this point, keep in mind, I haven't properly been paid, or at least the agreements that we've made as far as payment haven't been reached. So like
that is so crazy. So when was he going to get paid? Like, was that even in the terms to get paid at all? None of it really makes sense. Oh, okay. Here we go. Thank you, Millie. Thanks for stopping by. Great to talk to you, Leah. Okay, so this small one is Leah, or this one is? One of them. Adam, not the snorting noises into the mic. Deal with it.
Marker that we're supposed to hit. We already passed like the 3-month wait that we're supposed to wait for the brand deals and the checks to come in from that.
Oh shit, so they were made to wait?
Which I was told I was going to get paid for shooting content outside of the podcast, which I never got paid for anything.
I mean, see, someone in the chat is like, but you were paid. You're tiptoeing over it. It's also important to note that the tall one is Leah. Who was the girl? Remember his assistant that he was suing? Anything happened with that? What's happening with the Keemstar lawsuit? Like, there were so many of these moments. What was her name? I can't remember.
Any of those. So
you guys did skits and stuff and blah, blah, blah. I said you guys did skits and stuff and all that. I saw you guys do little skits on his channel. And
then I'm bringing in talent. I'm bringing in Niles. I'm bringing in
talent.
Marcel, I'm bringing in Corey. I'm bringing out all these people. None of them are being properly paid. Nobody's being paid. And it's just like, well, these are not our ideas. And we have our own ideas. So if you're not going to pay us to produce your ideas, and this is not in any way like bringing us anything, like, I want to say this too. Everybody that I've pretty much brought into the space has been in their artistry well over 5 years plus.
Experienced people.
Yeah, no one's looking to do a show for exposure for the sake of exposure. Okay. Like, that carrot is dead.
So basically, is his argument here that Dennis was using all of them to like create his ideas and then they were getting nothing out of it? Or that's kind of what I'm getting from this, but I don't want to be like taking it out of context.
Just for exposure alone at this juncture.
It's feeling a little non-specific.
I think that's always been a stupid fucking thing to say anyway. It's like, oh, you do it for exposure.
You meant to tell me Miranda has 5+ years experience?
Whatever.
Yep.
I just think it's,
you're telling me you can't tell?
To do something for free and
it is. It is. And
promise them something. Yeah.
If it's not properly measured by anything, when you actually accomplished it, is exposure just like 20 people seeing it or 2 million people seeing it, or is exposure actually like leading you to more work that's going to lead into actual economic?
She is clearly unnatural.
It just shouldn't be a fucking thing that people say to anyone in general. I think that from the rip, if he was a real one from the rip, you would have been a salaried dude. And then I just think that it doesn't make sense to me when it's like he has somebody creative. Like
I mean, there's so many like different jobs and stuff like that do kind of pay in a more shady way. And I know specifically in LA, there are a lot of jobs that are like paid in cash, like hush hush, like this. And I know that Steven's, saying here about that there should have been contracts and stuff like that. I mean, at the same time as we can sit here and be like, damn Def Noodles for not paying his employees because there was no, salaries or whatever like that. I mean, all these people also agreed to work without having that. So, I mean, again, this is not defending Dennis, but I do think it's really important that Dennis isn't a part of this call to kind of also see his point of view here. I mean, if these people got scammed by Dennis, they also allowed themselves to get scammed by Dennis. So, right. You know what I mean?
there with him to do stuff with him. I would be, if I had the means, I would be paying you a salary, and that would motivate you probably to want to do.
I'm gonna skip in to kind of hopefully get past this money conversation because I feel like I've kind of made my mind up on it.
And some guy gets pissed off and fucking shoves you off stage.
Oh, we're getting to Salvo pancakes.
And him taking that into, you know, the real world and shit. People kind of gave him the green light to do as he pleased under the guise of comedy, which he was not a comedian.
Oh,
he was not funny.
Oh,
thank you.
It was just shock shit that people wouldn't do in public or say without getting fucked
finally
up.
we're moving
that's
on.
What happens when you do it in public. When you do it in public, what happens? Some guy gets pissed off and fucking shoves you off stage. So yes, you don't do that kind of shit in public. Yes, exactly. I totally agree with you.
But I seen it for what it was, and I felt like either the audience was willing to play along with it, and they fully didn't see it. So, like, I couldn't attack him and be safe because it was just jokes. Why would I get mad? I'm the comic. Why are you getting mad? You're supposed to be able to take a joke. And I'm like, this dude is not joking. This shit is not funny.
He's never joking. Is the real thing.
So this is about the Salvo and Dennis encounter, I assume, which, if you're aware,
I developed a psychosomatic
mama was this one. Whenever, I'm pretty sure at the end it gets really messy. Yeah, technical difficulties here. Like, it was really, really, really bad. So I think that's what we're talking about here. And it was all about, like, why can't you take a joke? Like, this is all comedy, blah, 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 blah. And then Salvo, Pancakes, ends up getting kicked out. And then it was this full thing that they can't take a joke. And, like, what's the point of, like, a comedy club if you can't, you know what I mean? So here we see Salvo in the back, and then he ends up getting kicked out, even though, so...
Truthful about all the hateful shit he said.
Right.
And I think that came out later. Everybody kind of saw the kind of person he was. But yes, I do think that was a... I mean, Dennis dipping his toes in that whole nonsense definitely did him no good. And you guys no good there, I think, because...
I mean, it kind of set them all up for failure. They all looked bad in it.
Smoke and Salvo was able to really do and say whatever the fuck he wanted to.
Yeah, and now...
Yes, it is, Millie.
I felt like we were feeding into the negative part of the YouTube world.
But I don't understand how Steven can say this whenever, at its core, the entire thing with Deaf Noodles was him being negative. Like, the live show was literally built on Dennis being a bad person and people not liking Dennis. The full argument of YouTube's most hated person and blah, 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 blah. So there's only so much I can take you saying whenever you were, you know, literally... I mean, I don't know if it was paid or not, but, like, you had your job because of that narrative. And this narrative was basically about being this, like, shit stir on YouTube. So, I mean, I don't also appreciate the, like, rewriting history going on here.
Instead of allowing the people who genuinely fuck with us, like, instead of just opening up the door and allowing them into our world, we essentially was like, yeah, everybody who hate us, come in. And they basically came in the house and destroyed the house.
Yeah,
like, the house got fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think...
Wait, so I don't know what the point in saying that is. Like, we're literally being told, like, oh, we invited everyone in who, like, hated us, and it all went tits up. Yeah, of course. Of course. Are we not supposed to assume that would happen? I don't know.
I've seen it happening because I was like, we can't... Dennis, you're not a roast battler. Dennis is not even you're not even a comic in the true sense and the fashion of, like, in the here and the now. You haven't been doing stand-up. What makes you think you're going to do a roast battle and it's going to go successful?
Is it because of them? That's where it spawned from? Is it like...
He acts like he didn't know anything about Dennis before working with him, and that is very hard to believe. I mean, a quick Google search, will show who you're looking for. And I mean, I don't know if you guys watch the Do We Know Them podcast. But basically, they talked on there about the fact that there was someone who was working with Dennis, and they reached out to them, warning them, and they were like, yeah, we already know. So, like, yeah, people know.
Because of people like Keemstar and stuff, that he was like, we should go in the direction of, like, roast battles? Is that really his mindset?
Yeah. So, yes, man. I hated that because I was genuinely like, yo, let's just throw quality shows. I have a history of doing that. You want to do stand-up again. So this is the perfect way for us just to throw quality shows. We can stream them. We can get the fans.
Quality shows? Quality shows?
And then we can have different themes, which I came up with like 10 different themes. All of them were dope as fuck. All the shows were sold out, but we weren't live streaming them. And it was like, these are the ones that we should be live streaming. Like, you wanted to live stream the drama, but you won't live stream none of the fun.
I don't understand why you wouldn't go and work with someone else. If there's no contracts here, then you're in no way having to stay with him. And if you hated it that much, you know what I mean? Like, I can also understand, like, I can also understand why Dennis would watch this and be like, what the fuck?
None of the dope shit.
And dude, I mean, like,
it was like,
you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't off the top of my head think, like, people that really do that. If you guys made that a part of your content, you know, and, like, live streamed your shows every week that people could come look forward to every week, yada yada like that were just regular shows, not the roast battle thing that was so controversial. Yeah, I think that I don't know. I don't see a lot of people doing that exact thing.
I don't understand this argument.
No. We, that was one of the creative differences that we had, because we're going, you know, to the end of, like, being like, yo, Dennis, this is a completely different way we could shift gears, still do comedy, have the people who like you and like what we're doing still involved and not feeling alienated or being, you know, just drowned out by this nonsense. That's just not funny. Like, this.
But the nonsense was everything. Like, the nonsense was why they were selling tickets. The nonsense was Dennis's full personality. It was the full personality of the gang. Like, that was it. I don't like to take that stance usually because I don't enjoy or want to feed into victim blaming, but it seems like they weren't locked into anything.
Sabo shit, this Papa Gun shit, it's just not funny. It's not cool. It's not going to amount to anything.
I mean, the Salvo and Papa Gut stuff wasn't funny, but all of you fed into it.
Like, where's this going to go? What's the expected results?
You know how right you are, too. See, this is why you should have been a salaried fucking partner of his. Because guess what? You know how right you were? Like, the Papa Gut interview thing, where they were arguing back and forth or whatever live like that, he made himself look like an idiot. The Salvo stuff, most of the time in that situation, he made himself look like an idiot. People are still hating on him about the whole Keemstar back and forth of it all, and, like, I mean, people are very interested in how he's in a lawsuit with him and everything, but, like, you're exactly right. He should have took your advice the whole time. You were telling him to steer clear of...
But also, at the same time, it's Dennis's thing. If Dennis wants to be a dickhead and blow it all up, then he can do that. If you aren't on a salary, then I don't understand why you felt the need to, like, save his career, especially if you weren't getting paid. And also, this person who's interviewing is like, oh, like, this is why you should have been on a salary. But no, because then they would have been locked into it. They were hired by Dennis. Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like that. It just kind of sounds like a bunch of friends that kind of met up and did dumb shit.
All of this negativity and hate, and he...
Bro, the first episode... okay, so we did a pilot episode, but the first episode with Gabe and Leah that we did, we're telling him right then and there, don't worry about Keemstar. Stop fucking with Keem. And this is before he put the lawsuit out. You know, so before the lawsuit was even a thought, we're already telling him, look, let's just leave this Keemstar shit alone, bro. We're focusing on a new like chapter. We're doing a whole new type of content. We're bringing new people involved. We want to show the people who do fuck with you a different side of you. Let's just focus on that, and then we can take that anywhere. We can do anything with that. Like, let your success be what.
I don't know. I don't know what to take from this, because, I mean, Dennis very clearly didn't want to do this, so, I mean, it wasn't going to happen anyway. I'm going to skip a little bit more into this, because we have basically until here, so we're going to skip here, just to see if there's any other arguments here.
Employed by him, or was he?
Wait, what'd they say?
I wasn't getting paid. Me or Corey wasn't getting paid for that.
So, so some things we can clear up here then, I guess.
Oh,
my phone.
We're recapping.
Knockout is doing some weird shit. Like the screen just turned black, but I might have to call you back in a second.
Okay, that's fine.
But go ahead.
Let me know if you drop out. But what I was gonna say was he kept referencing firing Corey, and he said he didn't fire you. So you're saying Corey was not actually employed by him, or was he?
No. We were just working there off the strength of our relationship as friends and collaborators.
What the fuck is that shit?
So
Why did he
Corey,
even say that?
So, I mean, I don't know what to take from that. So, they weren't employed. I don't know what to take from it. Honestly.
There was definitely resentment because
Hi, madam.
We seen that there was an economic incentive here, but we weren't getting paid, and you can't fire somebody who's not an employee. But I will send you the text message that Dennis sent Corey, and it's very egregious. And that was the reason why I took the step back, because the language and how he addressed Corey's essentially was a stand-in for me as I was in New York. Mm-hmm. So whatever Corey's doing are the things that I would be doing there. He's doing that in my place. So Corey's essentially...
I mean, the chat on here, on this stream, is saying that this is like a legal gray area, and it's like, very confusing how this is being kind of addressed to us, and people kind of don't know what to take from it, so...
They're organizing, being on the podcast, conducting the shows, and on the ground, if you've been to the shows or anybody's been there, on the ground, you see that me and Corey, not that we want to be, but we act essentially as the face of the space.
I would say that's true.
Is not.
I would say that's true. I mean, I always thought that it was them that was running the ship, and then Dennis was, the one that was there. No, actually, I thought that they were the ones that ran it, and Dennis was the face of it. So Dennis was the face of, like, the shows and blah, 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 and they were the ones that set it up and kind of carried it. I mean, there were full-on shows where Dennis wouldn't appear until the end. Sometimes he would just sit down the entire time. So I don't know what to take from this. So they did all that, basically working work hours. We're being told they were employed, but Steven is also saying that they weren't employed. Word of mouth can be taken as a contract, but there is no proof of the word of mouth. It has to be proved. Don't let your friends take advantage of you. I think that's like the main thing here, which is don't let your friends take advantage of you.
Dennis is not that type of guy where you feel like this warm receptiveness. He's not that open. He sits in the back. He's very quiet, and
Oh, mama, we caught out.
Just fine.
Hold on, let me go back to we're gonna do the last
guys.
10 minutes of the call, 5 to 10 minutes.
Everybody shouldn't have to go to Corey's Instagram to know if there's a show happening on Friday. There should be a separate page, the Death Noodle comedy, and he just now got that. He just now started that.
I can't believe that he never thought that was a good idea. Especially after you guys...
Is he still doing these shows? Can someone confirm or deny? Is he still doing... I mean, I'm blocked on everything. Is he still doing these shows? Well... Anyways.
Like, what the hell? But all right, so
Right.
no
So
promotion.
it was just asinine for all this pressure to be put on us, and particularly Corey, to bring out people. He's making the flyers, he's booking the show, he's bringing the comics in, and he's bringing the guests in, and he's...
For the amount of work they did, I definitely think that there was some sort of, like, work deal, contract. I mean, there's no way people would work that amount of work without there being one, so I definitely feel that this was a case of false promises, taken advantage of. It's the only thing that makes sense.
He's pretty much being the face when people show up because they're trying to figure out what's going on there. So he's introducing himself, he's greeting everybody, he's getting them drinks, and some of the times we're not even performing. So we do all this work and we don't even get the benefit of performing, because once you do shit like this, you're just happy to get your friends on. And
right?
It gets to the
You're
point where it's like, I don't even
out
want to
too.
take up any... Well, it gets to the point where you're like, I don't even want to take up any space because...
Not this guy being like, yeah, you'll get burned out. Oh my god.
We got 8 comics, and Dennis wants to go up. So Dennis is going to go up, and he's going to be in the middle of the show. He's going to do his thing, and then everybody else is going to go up. And it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm just so happy to see it come together. I'm not even going to do my 10 minutes. And a lot of times, me and Corey...
Someone said that's awful. Dennis definitely was trying to exploit the people he was friends with.
Dennis setting space for him so he can do his thing.
So you guys just... I mean, you're painting a good picture here, Steven, that you guys...
Okay, I mean, we're going to end it at that, and we're just gonna have some, like, closing thoughts now. Let's leave it on this screen right here. All right, let me do my closing thoughts, and write yours in the chat. So, here's my take on this. There is no way that with how these men held Def Noodles' career together, that there wasn't some sort of incitement for them to get money and or fame. So I do believe that there was some sort of contract, allegedly. Or I do believe that there was some sort of deal said verbally, allegedly. It doesn't make sense to do all this without it. Especially whenever apparently you don't even want to be doing it. So I do believe there was something there, and I do believe that they were taken advantage of by Dennis, allegedly. I also thought that they were the face of the brand. I thought they were the face of the Def Noodles brand. I thought they were the face of the comedy show, and I thought Dennis was, you know, kind of like secondary. Or the ones holding it together, and, you know, Def was the one that would be the face. Sorry, I said that in the wrong order. So I sympathize with them 100%, and I do believe that this was a case of Dennis using them until he didn't want to use them anymore. But all of this is shady, and I feel like all of this was done in a very weird way, and I feel that the way they talk about the industry and the way they talk about the company and the business when it comes to Dennis's YouTube career is very shady within itself and also needs to be taken into consideration. So that's my closing take on it. That is my closing take on it. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you talking with me. I appreciate you going through this with me. You always capture my thoughts exactly. Well, that's just genuinely what I'm thinking right now. So that's where I'm going to leave it. That's where I'm going to leave it. Let me know what you think down below if you're watching this on YouTube later, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, I agree with everything Adam is saying. Pretty much, I sympathize to a point, but it's kind of hard to really take these people seriously since they were dumb enough to work with Dennis in the first place. So, I appreciate you being here and going through this with me. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to be back on stream later on. But yeah, I wanted to go through this, and I appreciate you all profusely. I will see you in my next one, and I will see you. Let me close off. Bye-bye.